My name is Ernest Polansky. What is my passion and how did I get started in it? Probably it's genetics and microbiology. And I just sort of stumbled in it as I began to study and work through teaching. And those are my two real passions. My greatest mentor was my biology teacher in high school, a gentleman by the name of Carmen Cease. He was a very caring individual. He took his job seriously. He was an excellent mentor. He helped me through a number of science fair projects, as well as he helped me build a desk as a study desk. I used to go to his house on the weekend, and we would work in his wood shop. And I still have that desk. Before I came to Sandia Prep, I sponsored the girls' drill team at Sandia High for about 5 years. And I have about 2 to 3 state championships on that one. What am I most proud of in my career? I'm going to tell you it's the success stories from my former students, seeing where they have gone in life and what they're doing, particularly those that are in the field of medical professions and engineering, nursing, that type of thing. That's sort of the reward for doing what I do. What advice would I give someone who was thinking about going into teaching? Wow, that is a really good question. Number one, I think you have to love what you do. You have to be willing to put in the time, the energy, the effort. You have to like young people. You have to be willing to work with them. It's not a particularly easy profession to be in. I've seen a lot of my colleagues burn out over the years. So I'm not sure what the real answer is to that question. But I would tell them just, want to do, enjoy what you're doing. Whatever profession you go into, I think you have to enjoy what you're doing. Otherwise, it's just another job. And that doesn't work real well for teaching.
I think what makes Mr. Polansky really good at his job is that he's so passionate about what he does. He loves the material and he loves the kids. He really wants to help the kids understand the science. And his excitement is infectious. And when you see him talk about it, it's hard to not get excited yourself. And I think he holds kids to a very high standard. And sometimes that can be hard for kids, but ultimately they want to rise to the standard to show him what they can do.
I think what makes him a challenging teacher is the fact that he expects students to be doing their homework. He expects students to be doing the work that he assigns to the very best of their ability, and he expects them to truly understand. And I think by having those expectations, he helps students realize their true potential.
I think there are a number of things that make Mr. Polansky excellent at his job. Probably first and foremost is his passion for the job. He has a passion for science, for biology, but his passion extends beyond just the subject matter, and it extends to young people as well. And he likes being around them. He wants to help them succeed at school and in life. And also, I think he's just an inspiration. I think he's an inspiring individual. The amount of time and energy he is dedicated to teaching, to biology, and to his students. It makes him a very special person.
What makes him really good at his job is partly because of his experience. And I think that he genuinely is passionate about teaching. He loves teaching these students. It's why he's never retired. It's why he's super consistent and hardly ever requires a sub. He just loves it, and he loves the students too. He cares so much about their education, and I think that's what makes him such a poignant teacher.
I think his greatest strength is patience and fortitude. He's been just at it for a long time, and it's been, I mean, if you think of the thousands of kids who have learned about chemistry from him, you know, it's a remarkable phenomenon.
I was just watching Mr. Polansky's class, and there were 8 students bunched around a table with Mr. Polansky in the middle. And I believe his greatest strength as a teacher is his ability to link with students and connect with them on their level and share the immense knowledge that he has about science with kids.
As a teacher, his greatest strength, I mean, currently, his experience. I mean, he has got more experience than any teacher here, New Mexico. His passion for this kind of thing, he has to be, he comes in all the time to be getting ready for his students. He cares so much about it, from the preparation of labs to the thought of material to, I mean, grading. It's just, he is 100% bought in being that person for his students. And that's what I try and strive towards.
I think Mr. Polansky is good at his job because he's been in the hard classes situation and has had the hard teachers and know how much they can make you better. And he's just been teaching for a long time, and I think at this point it's just second nature to him.
First of all, he's a really challenging teacher. He's a really good teacher, but that being said, he's also really approachable. The kids, the students love him, and I think that most of them take his class because they want a challenge. And what's good about his class is that he gets students ready for college. So he's tough and he's sweet all at the same time.
I think what I will take away from having Polansky as a teacher is he has given a bar for how I believe teachers should teach. And that's a very high bar because he teaches so well. But what he's done for me is he has taught me of what I should look for, and he's taught me, if I ever become a teacher, how I should teach. And I feel like just in general, from having him as a teacher, I have learned so much about who I am and what helps me the most. And overall, I'm just going to take away memories of his class.
Mr. Polansky is so well known, and I think the best thing, or the thing that makes him so good at his job, is kind of what, I said earlier, is that he is super passionate about, the content that he's teaching, and he's passionate about teaching people a topic that he's so interested in, and he really wants you to succeed and do well in it. But at the same time, I think he recognizes how hard it is, and so he is very kind and understanding and nurturing. He also is just he's your biggest cheerleader. He just pushes you on, and he came to my graduation party for college even. So I would say beyond just high school, he's been super supportive. And so he really cares about people and his passion for biology. So I would say that that's what makes him so great at his job. And he knows the ins and outs of it too. I mean, he is a pro. He probably doesn't even have to look twice at anything. He knows everything there is about the subject. So it's super inspiring to see that.
I think part of what makes him such a tough teacher, again, goes back to the idea of the integrity that he has, the love that he has for that subject, and the respect that he has for science. And he's not going to relent off of that. So consequently, he has those very high standards, not only for his students, but for himself. I know at the heart of his teaching, he really hopes to inspire. And I know that over the years, he's inspired many, many students to pursue science quite seriously. And that has been a joy to observe.